Hey folks, Ray from DCRainMaker.com here. Today we've got Garmin's new 935, but I'm not really here to talk about this. I'm actually going to talk about a new app. It's a TrainingPeaks app that's just come out today in conjunction with this, but it's available on other units as well, the Garmin devices, including some of the Edge series devices. And what it does is it allows you to go ahead and basically complete or run through your workout that's on TrainingPeaks itself for the day. So the way it works is if I go back here into the watch, I'm going to go back to the very start right there. So this is your home screen right here, kind of your basic starting point. Go ahead and just simply press the start button up top there. Now normally you'd see the run option, you can go and start a run, but what I'm going to do is go down here into the apps menu, and you can see the different activity types, pool, swim, triathlon, etc. And then you've got TrainingPeaks right there. So if I go ahead and open this up, what it's going to do is it's going to crack open the TrainingPeaks app, which is a Connect IQ app, and then from there it's going to go ahead and connect to my phone via the Garmin Connect app and pull my workout for the day down. So this is only going to pull down your workout for today, so it's not going to pull down other workouts, let you select other workouts. It's just whatever's on your calendar for today, and you can see that it has Saturday intervals, and I got the option to do my workout or view the workout. There's 14 steps in it, so I can look through those. You can see right there it's warm up for about 10 minutes. Then I've got this build that I made over the course of 5 minutes, building up in pace. And then I've got, let's see, there we go right there, 1 minute and 30 seconds of rest. And then I dive into these repeat sets. So you can see 3 minutes hard, and then 1:30 easy, and I repeat this. There you go, you can see 3 times right there. And then I go into just these sprints that I've got 30 seconds really hard at about 5:18 a mile, and you can see the rest there as well. Repeat that 4 times, and then finally cool down at the end. So a fairly straightforward workout, nothing too fancy there. Basically just 3 core intervals. I mean, starting at the beginning, basically just a warm up followed by a build, 3 core intervals, and then 4 sprints at the end in a nutshell. So if I click do workout, it's going to go ahead and choose the activity type, in this case run. I'm going to confirm that. It's going to use the run. So what's happened behind the scenes there is that the TrainingPeaks app downloaded the workout files I mentioned earlier to the watch, and then it basically put it in the workouts folder. So at this point it's running a workout just like any other Garmin workout that you would have done, that you would have made from their structure workout creator, and then it's ready to go. Now one caveat here to note is that if you forget to do this before you go out and you do not have your phone on you, so most times I don't run with my phone, for example, it won't be able to pull that workout down. The good news though is that as long as you do that one time during the day, like this morning or whatever, and pull that workout file down, it'll actually go ahead and save it on the watch in the workouts folder. Not in the TrainingPeaks app, but just down into the training and then the workouts, and you can see it there. So I actually walked all the way out here, forgot my phone, or just didn't think I needed it, and then I had to go back and get it to sync the workout. But once I had it there, and then I can go ahead and do it anytime. So sync it before you leave and you're good to go. At this point, I can go ahead and start the workout timer like I normally would, and so I press this up here and I'd start running. So what I'll do is I'll go and we'll start the workout. I'll get into the build phase and I'll show you what it looks like behind the scenes. In a nutshell though, it's basically just your standard structured Garmin workout. There's no real differences there, except the fact that initial part that TrainingPeaks did, the handoff of the workout file to the Garmin device. At this point the Garmin's running it, and then we'll talk about what happens after the fact. Let's get running. Actually, before we do that, just real quick to show you the pages I've got. This is my workout page here telling me what to do. So I'm warming up for 10 minutes at that pace there, just basically Z2 pace. And then I've got my standard data fields in my run. So I've got, for example, this top one right here is distance, time, and pace. I've got lap, time, and pace. And then I've got my heart rate field, which is going to use the optical heart rate sensor on the back there once I put it on my wrist. And then I've got the time of the day and the date, and then back down to that kind of structure, what it's going to do next. Once I press start, it'll then be counting down how much time is left in this particular workout piece there. And by the way, that is the loudest boat on the river. So this boat comes in like every day, just does lunch stuff like it's doing right now, and then it comes by about 12:45 to 1 a.m. every morning, and it is astoundingly loud. Like that is the really poorly tuned Harley-Davidson variant of the Parisian riverboats. Okay, so here I am. I've completed my warm-up, I've completed the build, and now I'm basically 14 seconds left in this rest before I go into the next, or the very first interval actually. So what you see what happened here is you'll hear a countdown. There we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it tells me the goal, which is run 3 minutes at 5:46 to 6:22 mile. And now you can see that popping up on the screen there. I'm right now too slow in the pace, so you can see it speeding up on the left hand side, 6:55, getting down there. Give me a second. Okay, So you can see here I am, 6:09 a mile. So I'm in the middle of the green zone. The left is too slow, the right is too fast, and I've got 46 seconds left on this interval. Let me finish it up, then we'll talk. Here we go, 2, 1. So now we get the rest for 1:30. You can see there the pace. I'm slower in my rest, but I just put it super slow on purpose. I generally walk the first 30-45 seconds, and then I'll catch up, jogging into it from there. So right now, got about 30 seconds left. TrainingPeaks doesn't do any scoring on this once you upload it to them. It's just, it'll match the two as we'll see after the fact, but there's no like giving you a grade score, kind of like Zwift does or something, which is probably good because right now at 15 seconds, I didn't set my rest interval slow enough. And the whole point of resting is rest. If you're running too fast, it doesn't really work. You can hear the timer beeping down. So we'll get going here on the set. Boom, there we go. 5:46, 6:22 mile. Catch you on the flip side. I always like when I beat cyclists. Winning. Okay, so on to my third one. Now, as I speed up, it'll usually give me out of zone alerts. So you see that in a second probably here. I'll show you that. So that's an out of zone alert, actually going too fast, which, fair enough. Anyways, you saw the alert. Let me finish up this whole thing, and we'll chat a bit more afterwards. So, just give me a second, and we'll catch up. Okay, so we finished up the interval run there. It's just going through my cool down, so I'm literally just cooling down by walking kind of slowly here, keeping the legs moving, but otherwise just enjoying what is a beautiful day here. Definitely the nicest day so far this year. So I guess just after spring. So what it's gonna do is gonna let it finish up, and I'll show you what happens at the very end. So. There we go. So the workout ends at this point. Now it's still technically recording, it's just that the workout has completed. And so if we go down to the bottom here, I'm gonna scroll down, you'll see that workout screen is now gone, but I still need to stop it. So I just press the stop button like that to stop that workout. And now I'll go ahead and I'll save the workout like I normally would on the watch. So I've only got two hands to work with here. So I got two records on this this run, fastest 5K, and then a, let's see, fastest mile. Now, keep in mind these are only on the watch, in my case only since I last did the firmware update. So they're not pulling any records from Garmin Connect, and since I just did a firmware update last night, that reset it. Normally it doesn't reset it for firmware updates once it's in production, but in beta it does do that reset there. So let's go ahead and head on inside. Let me show you what it looks like on TrainingPeaks itself after the run. Okay, so here we are inside of TrainingPeaks after the workout. Now keep in mind that your TrainingPeaks may look slightly different than mine. Mine's Premium Edition. It's also a coached version, which means that there's some like layout stuff, UI design elements that are a little bit different here behind the scenes. It shouldn't impact anything you see on the main screen, but just in case you're wondering why mine looks a little bit different than yours, that's why. So what you see up top is the workout that I created originally. So those blocks there. So right now this top block is a 10-minute warm-up we talked about. Here's the different ramps that I created. Then the cool down or rest, the repeat, hard, easy, repeats over and over again. And you can see the targets listed for each one. So you can see 6:03 a mile is what I had specified the target as. And then within Garmin's workout processor, it goes ahead and adds this extra padding of time to allow for GPS inaccuracy and things like that. So that's how that shows there. And then you get into these sprints I did at the end, 5:03 a mile, and the easy again. You can see the easy just set super low on purpose to basically be a walk. And then it finally rounds out here with a 5-minute cooldown. So that's the structure there. And then this is the details of my actual execution of the workout. But I can go click on the Analyze button up here. and dive into the workout itself. You can see the map, of course, up there. And by the way, a couple people have noted that they're surprised I'm seeing a bunch of Paris stuff. Just so folks may not realize, I actually live in Paris. I've been here almost 5 years now, so that's why you see things in Paris a lot of times, or more recently. I'm just traveling a little bit less now, so therefore you see stuff here. And then down below, you've got the graph. This is your standard. I've got the cadence, there's RPM. I've got the elevation in the background, feet, and then I've got the beats per minute. I've got watts. So the watts are coming in actually from the Stride foot pod based solution. That's a ConnectIQ app. So that's where that's coming along. And then what you see here is, of course, the beats per minute for my heart rate as it rises and falls for each one of the different workout sections. So there isn't a way to overlay, though, this upper, what we saw earlier in the summary, this piece right here, unfortunately, on top of my structured workout. I kind of wish there was. That'd be pretty handy. It just basically merges together. Also, keep in mind, all of this comes from Garmin's AutoSync. So once the TrainingPeaks app hands off that structured workout to the Garmin device, it basically washes its hands of it. There's no more like interaction between TrainingPeaks and you, or TrainingPeaks and the watch. It just simply says, Garmin, take the workout I've given you and go and execute it. And then when Garmin's done with that, Garmin saves the workout, just like any other completed workout, automatically to the device. The device syncs up to Garmin Connect using Bluetooth Smart or Wi-Fi or USB, however you connect normally, and that then in turn syncs back to TrainingPeaks behind the scenes, just like it has for a couple years now. So there's no real change in that piece there. So what this really comes down to is the entire app is focused on getting that structured workout that's on your calendar into your watch, and then allows you to execute it. Once that's done, once the TrainingPeaks app has completed the messenger function of simply getting it from point A to point B, it says I'm done, and it's up to Garmin to take care of it just like it normally would. I just mentioned there is no grading right now in TrainingPeaks that basically evaluates your workout performance against the workout that was planned, but that is coming. And so what TrainingPeaks has sent over to me is 5 images that show from their prototype platform what things are looking like coming down the road here really shortly. And what you can see is basically these bluish blocks are the planned workout. So basically how or what was planned from a workout structure standpoint. And then you can see there's a couple different samples here. So for this one here, you see again the effort that was planned. In this case, it was wattage that was planned. And then we go to the next one here, and you can see again, this is the minutes per mile. And the reason I'm looking at over here on the right-hand side shows that in our planned effort. And then you can see the blocks right there. And then the green there is the minutes per mile. And then down here again, this was a planned effort for wattage as well, with pink being wattage. And then finally, the same sort of thing, planned effort for wattage. Now, what this arrow is pointing at, it's actually been on all these screenshots, is the scoring that's going on. So you can see on the left-hand side of the scoring, 97 out of 100, so the grading for this particular section of the workout. And you'll notice that it's only really focused on the interval portions and not necessarily on the warm-up and cool-down, but that could be depending on how that particular workout was structured. So in this case, it may have just been an open warm-up or an open cool-down, which makes sense. You don't really want to grade someone on the cool-down. That's kind of silly, unless it's just to make sure they're actually cooling down. So that's pretty cool stuff. I definitely look forward to seeing that into production. There's no exact date on when that'll happen, but it's definitely neat to see that. Obviously, this is in real life here, so that's good stuff. With that, thanks for watching. Go ahead and whack that like button down below, as well as the subscribe button. There's plenty more good sports technology goodness on the way. Also, don't forget to check out any of the videos you see on the screen right now. These are all related to today's Forerunner 935 and RD Pod release, as well as the Phoenix 5 that just started shipping too. And both of those platforms are compatible with the new TrainingPeaks app, as well as a bunch of Edge series devices. In case you're wondering the reason why the Phoenix 3 and Forerunner 920 XT are not supported, it's because those devices do not support ConnectIQ 2.0, which is what TrainingPeaks is leveraging to do the handoff of the files. Have a good one.